Hello and welcome, you're gaming with me, Brothgar, and today is a good day. Why is today a good day? Because I have some more Loadout Weaponcrafting action for you. Now today's recommendation comes from Odo Arnup, and Odo Arnup has a lot of different weapons that he commented here, and I'm going to be trying one of his two recommended combinations today, and that is going to be a healing shotgun and a slug rifle. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weapons that he has going on right now. Alright, so his rifle that he is recommending here is a stock, is going to be aluminum. The sight is X-ray, and then it's going to be the LMG barrel, which is something kind of unique, which is kind of why I chose this weapon setup to do a video on. And then he has a trigger, which he says can either be spooling or full auto. So we're going to go ahead and test both of those out really quick here, just to kind of see what all that works out. Maybe I'll even do some math while I'm at it. So probably got to get out my calculator for the sake of that. At any rate, he is also going to be using a standard magazine, which isn't using shell loading, which is another option that might come in handy when it comes to an LMG barrel, and then a slug round. So let's go ahead and test this out real quick here. Alright, so here we are in the test range, and we have Odo Broth in hand. This is the full auto setup, so let's go ahead and test this out here, right over here on Helga. How many rounds? As you can see, I was doing 11 to 14 damage. It took 8 rounds to down that target. Let me just go from one target to another. Again, 8 rounds for that one. A little bit farther out there, doing 9 to 12. That took 10 rounds. So as you can see, the range is extending here, and we were doing less damage, and it's a lot less accurate. At this point, a fair amount of rounds are missing, so it's not too effective at this range. A couple of things I tested with this weapon that I kind of like. Instead of using the X-ray scope, which is good, I sometimes think that this weapon is almost good set up with like a 3x zoom, and then you could just basically try to keep your target in the center of that scope right there, and you'd end up hitting them every time. Pretty good kind of like mid-ranged damage weapon, but at that point, wouldn't you almost be better off with a sniper rifle? I'm not really sure. The LMG is just kind of a weird barrel, and it's hard to get right. So let's go ahead and take a look here real quick. I'm going to do some math. And what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the damage by the rate of fire, and I do have an improved slug round on it, so it's not going to be completely accurate to the point, like the first series that you would actually have here. So that times 4.71 is 67.3 damage per second is what it is basically calculating out to. So let's go ahead and switch this over to the spooling, which should indeed actually give it more damage per second. However, it's going to be doing less damage per bullet. So 1 second here, 12.99 multiplied by 6.03 is 78 damage. So there you go, you got a couple extra damage there, about 10 extra or so. I can't remember the last number, but I wasn't keeping track. It's anywhere from 10 to like 18. At any rate, it's a significant difference, anywhere from an extra round. So technically you should be able to fire one more round in the same amount of time, or 1.5 realistically. So there, it took 11 rounds. I didn't time how long it took, but it took more rounds to down the same target. But as you can tell, I'm doing a little bit more, definitely more rounds down range. So let me move up a little bit closer. This is kind of the range that we were able to consistently down with about 8 rounds. It took 9. So when you take that into factor, you are delivering a lot more damage per second. You do have to shoot them one more time though. So do you really win out? Not a lot. I would say it's more of a wash. In some ways, I like the spooling more than I like the full auto, but I know full auto is more useful in close range combat, so that's probably the way I'm going to set this weapon up. However, with Odo Broth, I discovered something a little bit different, and I call it Auto Cubed. So let me go ahead and customize this real quick, just because I'm actually going to run this on a different loadout, and that is using a 3-round burst trigger. Now, the 3-round burst trigger with shell loading, that is, sorry, that's supposed to be standard, is kind of something that's pretty interesting, because 3 rounds will fire off very quickly, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, and you're still getting that same accuracy as you'd have before. So I don't know. I feel like that is almost more effective. Obviously, we're using a few more rounds to down to target, but the point is you can hit so consistently with it. Let me move up closer and see if we can actually do it in 2 bursts. No, you're not going to be able to. But you can do it in 3 bursts. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of the burst rounds, which is something a little bit different. But then again, it's an LMG barrel. And the reason I kind of like that is because of this capability. As we're moving around, we're dodging, we're ducking, we're rolling, and we're just trying to get that last amount of damage on a target. I feel like the 3-round burst, at least I'm going to hit something with one of those rounds at least. And at that point, I'm doing a pretty good amount of damage. I'm at least doing 9, anywhere up to 12. But if you hit all 3 targets, you're doing 36 damage. I mean, that's pretty significant right there. If you aim towards the head, well, you do even more. So, I don't know. I believe that was 43 damage that I hit last time there. So I feel like that's a pretty good way to use. So I'm going to test that against Autobroth's original recommendation. So the other weapon that he's using right now is, yes, I wanted to save that, is the Arnup Broth here, which is the actual shotgun as well. So that is down later in his comment, which is a pulse compact bioscanner, normal scatter barrel, semi-auto, shell loading, healing, and bouncy. Now this is one of my favorite healing weapons in the game, so let me test this for you real quick here. I like using shell loading just because you can fire it off and you can reload it and just get that up right there. Boom! Nice! Getting a War Thunder update. We have to look into that later. But as we can see here, the amount of damage we are doing to a target right there is not anything at all because you're healing. Sorry, let me get them back to 0. So look at that. 1 shot, healed, overhealed. 1 shot, overhealed. Bam! I mean, that is a huge amount of health that you're delivering in just 1 round. That is why it's one of my favorite weapons. Because sometimes when action kind of slows down, you just need a weapon that can just go boom, max out your health. Boom, max out your health. Boom, max out your health. You know, you get the idea. You can just really top people off very, very quickly with this weapon. Not to mention, it's a shotgun, so you can really do the run and gun and kind of heal, you know, if that's the only other weapon you got. So we will be playing a little bit of a support class today. Let's see how it all works out in the real life. So let's head on over into some matches and, you know, see how it works. At any rate, those are the 2 guns. Let's take a look at the loadouts I'm going to be running today. Obviously, I'm going to be running Autobroth here with the Arnup Broth healing gun right there with the health packs because I feel like I'm going to need them. Then a turret buddy as well because I know that works pretty good with the healing weapon there. And then to finish things off, I'm going to be doing Auto Cubed with the same combination there. So let's see how this all works out in some matches real quick. Oh, snap. Best of all worlds. Jackhammer on Shattered. I'm excited. All right, well, I'll tell you what. We are running Auto Broth here, and then we have Auto Cubed right down there, so we're going to see how that all works out. Health packs, what I'm going to be rolling with, and to see if I can't support my teammates here. This will be kind of interesting. Hey, look at that. Everybody quits, but you guys voted for it, so whatever's, yo. Well, I guess maybe you didn't vote. Maybe you didn't vote. Are you allowed to quit if you didn't vote? Oh, no, bot's coming for me. Point blank. Trying to make use of Autobot here. It's working out against a bot. That doesn't say a lot though. Doesn't say a lot just yet. If I am a little bit under the weather, or if you guys can tell, I'm not up to my full awesomeness or whatever you want to say, my full energy. Yeah, because I woke up with a massive headache this morning, sick to my stomach, and I just got the cold. Just got the cold. No heater in my house at the moment, except for like a space heater.
Your team has taken the house.
So, a little bit chilly. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but there you go. That's what's up. Get some health for the jackhammer carrier, yeah! Go, buddy, go! Go, buddy, go! Yeah! I love that healing weapon. It is so awesome. You can just give yourself, deliver a lot of health. And you don't have to be super accurate about it, so that's real nice. So I've seen him here, and I'm going to see him again. Boom! Full health, baby. How you like that? And we're going to try to jump on the wall over here. No, no. Uncontested all the way to the back. Oh, but he's shooting at somebody. Full auto's working pretty good for this. You do have to be accurate, and you kind of got to get used to it. It's kind of a weird setup, but it's working pretty good on this map. I feel like it's a pretty good jackhammer weapon, just because of the amount of range you have. The LMG barrel is one of those barrels that is really hard to kind of figure out because it's mid-range, mid-long, but not real long. It's almost a barrel that ends up in no man's land on several maps. That's my true opinion on that. It's just kind of a weird range because like over there is too far and you get killed by a sniper. Up here is a little close, but like from here to like over there, it's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Now we got a player that's going to go after the flag. I keep calling it a flag, but you know, whatever.
The enemy has stolen the hammer.
Which way are they going to go? If they go to the right. Oh, he's got a buddy with him. Heal myself, maybe. Yeah, I'm just going to have to go for the health pack. Darn it. Alright, well, it's down to my teammate.
Your team has dropped the hammer.
Fail.
The opposing to your team has taken the hammer.
Alright, up to my other teammate. Come on, do better this time. No.
The enemy has dropped your
Yeah, good job, man. I'm gonna heal you. I'll give you some of that health.
The opposing team's hammer has been
You got killed by a turret. Oh! Not able to put out enough DPS there in close range. Well, you are going up against the Gatsbroth, so. Also known as a Gatling rifle. You need some health. Bam! Hitting him up with that health. Just enough to mop him up. I feel like this is a pretty good mop-up weapon. It's good. It really is good at taking players out that like might have 50 health or something like that. It does take quite a long time to deliver its full 100% damage, considering it's less than 100 DPS. I mean, you're only talking about 60 some. It's not a huge amount. But like right there, when it only is going to take a few seconds to, or shall we say, a few shots to take somebody out, it's pretty good at delivering those few shots real quickly. Good thing I got a lot of rounds. It's a good thing to have the standard magazine at that point. A lot of health right there. And I'm just going to take him out with the old elbow. I'm going to run back with him just in case we end up with an enemy. I don't need my other teammate with me. I'm the only one with a healing weapon here. But looks like he's in good shape, so.
Your team has captured the hammer.
I don't play support too often. It's not really my thing. Kind of a lone ranger. Connecting with a few of those healing bullets, not a lot though. But what I should be able to do is just heal myself if I can find out how it's reflecting. Of course, this is off of something crazy. There we go. Of course, I had to expose myself, and it took just as much damage as I was going to heal myself for. And I'm back into that close range stuff. Ooh, I thought I was going to predict his movements. Didn't happen, though. Alright, here we go.
Your team has taken the hammer.
That's working out. If you don't have health packs, you can at least do that. It's going to take a while to get your health back, but
The hammer.
there it is. Oh, and then you get blasted.
The opposing team's hammer has been returned.
Yep, getting some health on you. Two bots going after the jackhammer.
The enemy has stolen the hammer.
Ooh, a bot with a jackhammer. That's usually pretty scary. Just because they know exactly how far that hammer can go. Come on back here, man. Yeah, enjoy that health. This is a pretty good map for this weapon. You don't really want to take on a lot of people with it. It's kind of a 1v1 weapon. You gotta catch them at range. I'm talking about auto broth here. Auto broth. You know what I'm saying. I might be able to engage this guy at the right distance here. Not this guy. I wasn't expecting him. Cool. Ah, I can't get over his health. That's lame. Okay, fine. I know you're here. Strange. Maybe they ran off and I didn't know it. It's alright. Let's go for that flag. Man, how'd that guy get way up there? Ooh, yep. Being able to drop a good 15 hit damage. Oh yeah, that's of course how you get up here. Duh. Is able to really just tick down the enemy. Oop, running out of mouse pad. Hey, you got more health. Ooh, there's two of you. That's what's up.
Your team has dropped. The opposing team's hammer has been returned.
Working some high ground with this is probably going to be a pretty good option. I'll switch next time I die to the triple shot and see how that works out. Last time I was playing with it, I was kind of running out of rounds with it pretty quick because it is shell loading. Might be better off with the standard packet. Somebody's got a sniper up here. Come on. Take them down. Oh! Mouse ran into that old keyboard. Darn it. Oh, this is ticking me off. Come on. Just one sniper rifle and I would have had that guy easy. Just pow, right to the head. Done. But I could probably take out that turret pretty easily right there. Of course he has a buddy here. I'll just nail him. Oh, that's funny. Oh, he's got a Gatling gun. Yes, do celebrate. There you go. Alright, so here we go. We are now trying the Auto Broth cubed. So this is the same setup here, but with the 3-round burst and shell loading, as opposed to standard and auto. I want to plan out my shots a little bit more. See there, I ran out of ammunition too soon. That's why I'm thinking standard magazine is a better way to go here.
Your team has dropped the hammer. The opposing team's hammer has been returned.
Ah, stupid jump boots. Don't have a lot to answer that stuff with. We'll give it another shot though. Alright, working our way up here. Don't want to be too far out there. I'm having to rely on the elbow because I just don't have enough rounds. Not for 3-round burst. I don't feel like that was the original intention here. Had to have been standard. Oh well. They don't always go the way you want them. And he's got a sniper rifle, so that automatically makes him a little bit tough for me to take down. And the old Gatling rifle is just gonna tear me up. So I'm gonna have to change loadouts here and just go with the original Odo. Rock that weapon a little bit more here. Don't let anybody get bored on this map. This giant map with very little action in between. Everybody just kind of camps back by the hammer. Waits for time to run out. Yep. There they go. Now the enemy's working against us.
Your team has taken the hammer.
Ah, see, I'm just not gonna have anything to fight back with these. And that's just the real problem with that LMG barrel, is you just end up, like I said, no man's land. If they're at the right distance, I'll have an advantage. But how often does that happen?
Your team has dropped the hammer. The enemy has
Just wait around and let me shoot you a few more times. Like, how are you supposed to fight against that? You're just not. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Maybe if I had a teammate that was around and I can heal him. Since it is more of a support class, and I was kind of treating it more like a 1v1, but... Here I could be killing this guy, but now I'm stuck with nothing to do. Well, there you have it, guys. That's the gameplay, and that's the weapon that I tested out right there. I am not a big fan of the LMG barrel. Not many people are, because not many people use it. Because unfortunately, it just gets stuck in no man's land. It's not really strong enough to hold its own in close range. It's not really strong to hold its own in long range, and it's meant to fill that gap. But that gap is not a gap that needs filling. And unfortunately, the LMG barrel, in its current design, is just not quite good enough to really recommend. However, that healing shotgun, on the other hand, is a great weapon for being support class when you need a lot of health really quickly. So at any rate, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this video somewhat informative, or you just plain liked it. If so, maybe leave a like button on the way out. The comment section is below. If you got a weapon build or a whole weapon setup you want me to test, go ahead and leave it down there. And if I got the bluets to do it, and if it's 5.0 and I got the components as well, I'll give it a shot for you. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Peace. Brothgar out.